This video is going to be about the Schrade SCHF33. My name is Brian, and you're watching Survival on Purpose. Okay, welcome back to Survival on Purpose. Thanks for joining me again. As I said, today's video is going to be about the new Schrade for 2015 edition SCHF33. Yeah, that's right, SCHF33. Again, this is a brand new model. It's not out yet at the time of this video, which is in the very end of October of 2014, but it's be out for 2015. And Schrade was kind enough to send this to me so I could show it to you. So I want to give you my initial impressions of it. Let's take a quick look at it. Okay, once again, this is the Schrade SCHF33, which is a 2015 design. This knife features what Schrade is calling a drop point recurve blade of 8CR13 MOV high carbon stainless steel. It's a full tang knife. It has a thumb ramp with jimping and a finger guard. G10 handle slabs with a finger groove, and comes with also a multi-carry option thermoplastic belt sheath, which has numerous grommet holes and slots for lashing. The overall length of this knife is about 9 inches, and I'm really not sure of the weight. I don't have all the specs yet, but it's a reasonably solid mid-sized knife. Okay, so that's the specs, at least the ones that I have. This is a 2015 design, so it'll be out sometime soon, I assume. But pretty cool. Like I said, Schrade is calling this a drop point recurve. It's kind of almost a Tonto looking kind of design. It's really kind of different. And so I thought it was kind of neat. Schrade was kind enough to send it to me, so I thought I'd show it to you. So let's see how well this thing does some knife stuff. I've got a couple of sticks. I'm here in the backyard in Mosquito Haven. I've got the thermocell here working overtime, and I think the mosquitoes are winning, so I'm going to try to make this quick, but let's go ahead and readjust things a little bit and take a look at how well this thing works. Okay, so not really going to do any chopping with this thing. It's really about a 4.25 inch blade. It's not really designed for chopping. And you're obviously going to be able to chop really small, maybe 1 inch thick, saplings or whatever for building a shelter or something like that. But I'm going to go ahead. This is almost more of a tactical knife, but a knife's a knife, right? So what I thought we'd do is go ahead and do a little batoning. I got a piece of wood here that is flat cut on the end. I cut it with a saw, but this piece of firewood I've got back here. This is about the limit of this thing. Really, it's almost maybe too big, but we're going to give it a shot, see how well it works. No time like the present, right? Yeah, this is about the limit of the size you'd want to try to baton on this knife. And it really and truly might be pushing the envelope, to be honest with you. Because this is some pretty hard wood here. So you just have to kind of take your time and work your way down until you get to a splitting point. A couple of knots in it too may give a problem. Kind of got a bend in it. It's definitely not ideal woods for splitting, but we're going to keep with it. If it'll do this, it'll do more than adequate. It'll be more than adequate for whatever else you need to do, I think. Wow. Pretty tough stuff here. I don't know how I do it. I always find the toughest wood there is. We're getting there though. Whew. Okay. All right, well, obviously this is not a bushcraft knife. It doesn't look anything like a bushcraft knife. But just to show you the edge, you can see that. No damage to the edge whatsoever. No rolls, no chips, no nicks. That was a pretty tough piece of wood. As to be expected, little scratches on the finish here. It's going to happen when you're batoning wood. There's just no way around that. But G10 handles held up really well. No wobble. They're solid, well connected. There's nothing loose. So say it passes the baton test. I'm pretty impressed because that was really a lot harder wood than I thought it was going to be. Okay, so I've got a piece of red cedar here. It's pretty tough stuff. Thought we'd try a little bit of maybe a some feather sticks on this and just see how well it works. Because again, this is really hard wood, and it's not a bushcraft knife, but like everything else I've been getting from Schrade in the last few months, it's got a lot of knots here. Like everything else I've been getting from Schrade in the last few months, it's pretty daggum sharp. And wow, it's curling, it's rolling curls off here. Really cool. It's kind of hard to curl over a knot, but you know, we could do that all day, but just to show you, let it focus. Just focus, 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 focus. That's pretty nice little curls there. Pretty nice indeed. So, I have to give it a pass on the curl test. Okay, so, gotta say, pretty good job on the carbon. So, you know me, another thing I want to always check out is, I'm gonna strike a fire steel. As far as I can tell, it's got a reasonably sharp spine on it. About to find out, but this is a Schrade fire steel that comes with some of their other knives. So I thought we'd just check it out. I don't know if I'll be able to get this a little bit of curls lit or not. Let me just carve them off there. We'll see. Maybe they'll light. I don't know if they will or not. There's not really that many there. And they're not necessarily that fine, but we'll give it a shot either way. I really want to just see if this thing will... Oh yeah, look at that. Wow. I mean, it's like really, really good. Get that where you can see it. We're going to get a fire going here. Look at that. So not only is the knife pretty good, I mean, you see what it did. Schrade fire steels are doing pretty good too, and we got a fire here. So from those little curls, burn baby burn. So anyway, there we go. Another test passed. Okay, well, so we saw that. Didn't try to chop with it because it's kind of small. We saw that batoning, and this thing took a licking and kept on ticking. I really beat the heck out of it, and it did just fine. And then it maintained an edge well enough to carve some really, really fine little curls. I did, in my opinion, an excellent job striking a fire steel. I got a hand to the Schrade fire steel too. It's a great combination. It throws some really good sparks. So the only other thing really that I like to usually check, at least on a fixed blade knife, is the balance of a knife. I think a balance is very important in a knife. There's a lot of ways to check that. I really like to make sure a knife's well balanced in case, you know, it slips out of your hand or something. Okay, that was the Schrade SCHF33. It's a 2015 design. It's a slightly unconventional blade shape, but I have to tell you, it performed very, very well. This is, in my opinion, maybe more of a tactical knife, but it kind of did that knife stuff really well. It did the batoning and shaving, and strikes a ferro rod like nobody's business. I mean, maybe one of the best ferro rod striking knives, you know, I've tried in a while, and it is extremely well balanced. Altogether, I say this is going to be a hit for Schrade in 2015. But I'd like to point out that the initial specs I got from Schrade, I said this was a G10 handle. The initial specs I got from Schrade say this is a TPE handle, which I think stands for thermoplastic something or another, but man, it feels like G10 to me. I don't know. It's either way, it's a really solid, nice handle. So we'll leave it at that. Again, this is a brand new 2015 unreleased model, so I'm kind of sketchy on some of the specs, so bear with me. Once again, I'd like to thank Schrade for sending me this so I can show it to you. And as always, I'd like to thank you for watching, for subscribing to Survival on Purpose, for clicking that thumbs up down below. Let Google know you like outdoor videos and knife videos and stuff like that. Please share this with your friends. If you'd like to support this channel, as always, you can check out the Amazon links below. I really appreciate all your help, all your support. Once again, my name is Brian. You're watching Survival on Purpose. Remember, survival is not an accident, so be prepared. See you next time.